People often think slow living is soft, gentle, passive even. They picture muted tones and tidy homes, perfectly curated calm. And yes, sometimes there is peace. But for us, slow living isn't soft. It's strong. And sometimes it's the hardest thing we do. We didn't choose slow living to be trendy. We chose it because we had to. Because we were tired of burning out. Tired of trying to keep up with a system that doesn't work for us. As a neurodiverse family, the pace of the world isn't just uncomfortable. It's unsustainable. There's this idea that slow living means ease, that we're just floating through peaceful days with all the time in the world, but that's not what this is. This is choosing to stop even when the world wants us to go. It's saying no to what doesn't serve us. It's fighting for our right to be well, to be whole. Slow living for us is an act of protection. It's the space we've carved out so we can actually hear each other, so we can honor sensory needs without shame, so we can rest without guilt, so we can show up as we are, not as who we're expected to be. And that takes strength.
So you'd think by your 40s you should have everything sorted out and your life pretty much roadmapped, but not so much for me. We will be pretty much starting again. It's been a difficult few years, to say the least, but we've got a great opportunity and we are starting a barn conversion next week. And the place we're moving to is about an hour or so from here, and it's going to have a lot of land. And the plan there is to create an environment for my kids that is much more conducive to their needs. We will be trying to be more self-sufficient, growing a lot of our own food, having some animals possibly, definitely getting some chickens, and just really creating an extension to what we've already done here. And yeah, so that's what we're going to be doing later in the year. And this channel will, I'm going to turn around and go back this way. This channel will be documenting all of the stuff we'll be doing once we move as well. But in the meantime, it's just little snippets really of our everyday life.
When the sage brings the rite of spring, morning dove and the sparrows sing, through the light that the sun will bring, reborn. Plots are creeping on the wall, swallowtail heeds the northern call, and the last of the frost will thaw, reborn. In the warm of the spring, I recall everything once more.
It takes strength to walk away from the systems that surround us, and it takes strength to let go of productivity as a measure of our worth. Yeah, of course, there are days it can be messy. Days where nothing goes to plan because someone's dysregulated or needs more time, or they just can't. Slow living isn't perfect. It's not always peaceful, but it is aligned. It allows us to move at the pace we can manage, not someone else's expectations. And when things get hard, because they do, slow living gives us the capacity to respond, not just react. It gives us the time to sit with emotions instead of rushing past them, to repair when things unravel, to rebuild ourselves gently. There's nothing weak about that. I was kindly given all of these seed packets by a local garden centre because they are out of date and they can't sell them anymore. And there are loads here. We've got everything from beetroot to cauliflower to carrots to coriander, all sorts. And I'm going to be sowing some today with my daughter, so I need to decide what to sow. I'm thinking peas would be good because that's quite easy. I'm thinking not cauliflower, some beetroot because we love beetroot. I think that would be good. And some chard. And I'm choosing things that we can plant in pots because we have had areas where we can grow in the past, but we're not digging it all out and redoing it this year because we'll be moving by the end of the year. So we thought this year, let's just grow in pots just to make it easier. So I'm trying to choose things that can grow well in pots. And I've read that chard, beetroot, peas, radishes, can't go wrong with radishes. They grow well in pots apparently. And kohlrabi for something a bit different. So I think we'll try that today. And then possibly if we have time, we will sow some seeds as well. Maybe some chives and coriander. And I think a lot of these we will either leave for another time or we will sow those once we have moved and we have more of a permanent growing space. The only other thing I'd probably really like to do is rocket because we eat so much rocket in this house. And these really fun little tiny carrots that my daughter found. I've never grown anything like this before, so I've got no idea if they'll be successful, but we might try and grow those and see how we get on. But anyway, that's another day. Today, we're just going to do chard, beetroot, kohlrabi, radish, and peas. So I'm going to get on with that. People mistake this lifestyle for something soft, but soft implies easy, and this is anything but easy. This is the kind of strength that says I will not burn out to keep up with appearances. Because the truth is, we could mask, we could push harder. We've done it before, but it cost us our health, our sanity. So now we do it differently. We move slowly, we learn gently, and we live intentionally. And some people won't get that. That's okay, they don't have to. Because we know what it took to get here. We know how hard it is to hold space for big emotions, for different needs, for unlearning everything we were told a good life should look like. But we're here. We're choosing slow and we're stronger for it.